comes around in a first world country trying to enslave it with the same kind of conditions that third world countries get. There almost, just as an example, there almost was a bill passed in Parliament that would not have ruled out that if Iceland could not have paid their debt, that someone could have taken pieces of nature and
UK could have seized
that away
the
from
industry.
the nation state. So considering, which is another point, that Iceland has green energy in sort of an infinite supply, and they have heat and they have water from the glaciers, this is a very valuable resource, and it's kind of well, obvious why this is strategically important for, let's say, those forces that try to harmonize everything on a global level and try to get their influences everywhere. So, green energy, yes, there's green energy and there's good cooling and there's, most of all, energy independence. Yes, and cheap power. So right now there's an aluminium smelter run in Iceland by a US company, and no one in Iceland, not a single person, wants that damn aluminium smelter. It's industry that does not belong in this beautiful green country. So they would certainly be willing to give the same kind of cheap energy to data centers that do not produce the same byproducts, but actually provide an example to the rest of the world that we can do it in a meaningful way, saving energy with skinless servers and good cooling and everything that is state of the art these days. So it could become a model state for the rest of the world. And in a snapshot, what we find out the more we think about it is that a lot of pieces come together. Whether this is that Iceland has a very large public involvement in the whole political debate at the moment, so it's different from here. A lot of people really are interested in what is going on. There's a large momentum, and we think that the global community by now starts to understand why their information has to be free and why we need to take more radical measures to fight against those people trying to suppress it. So what we hope for, what we hope for is that we can get the international community to support Iceland from the outside. And that is where, at some point in January, all of your responsibility will come in. Because you will have to tell everyone in Iceland that they are doing a great thing there. And you will have to write about it and talk about it and communicate it to everyone you know that would care about the topic. Because that is one of the few ways that we have to tell Iceland how important this would be. And to convince those people in Iceland that did not understand it yet, I mean they have conservative parties too, that this is the way to go. So that is where all of you folks might be coming in. Yeah, so that is, in a short wrap-up, what we wanted to say about Iceland, I guess. We have a short credit thing, so...
Yes, first of all, I often think maybe we should say this at the beginning of the talk, because there's two of us here, and then there's, of course, our lawyers and technical people and all the other people who have helped us, which I guess are hundreds. But the real people who are dear to my heart, I wish I knew their phone numbers, is our sources. And some of you, I have no doubt, are actually in this room. And I just want to say that you people are great and make me believe in humanity when I see some of you people actually doing something worthwhile, spending a bit of energy and not being fearful. And may there be many more of you, and may we never... and may we never betray the trust you have put in us, either. Okay, so also, believe it or not, we want to thank the mainstream press. I know this must seem anathema to some of you, but actually the people who do most of the reporting work and writing up of our material are mainstream journalists. They are professional people. Of course, we all know the debaucheries and depravities of the mainstream press, but working within that milieu, there are some very, very good people, and I wish we knew how to fund them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So besides that, we have a lot of people that are supporting us, whether this is technically or financially, or the legal support we receive from all those great lawyers out there, believe it or not. They're doing very important work, and without all these people it would not be possible. Let's say 2009 has brought some light also on what would not be possible for us and other groups in Germany maybe, and this is why we'd like to thank our supporter Morphium, who is sitting in the first row here. If you want, you can stand up, and I hope everyone gives you a hand. This is a young man, and the only thing I can say, if more people in this room only had half the courage that he has and would take half the legal trouble he takes for providing us with our .de domain and for providing servers to the Tor project and getting endless lawsuits for that, if just more people had half this courage, then the world would be looking a little bit differently. So this is a good example out of this community that so the question is courage contagious? There's this famous quote, "We think courage is contagious," and this is maybe how we're sliding into this last section that will resolve what's this about with all these pieces of paper that you guys have. As I said, or as we said, we've been to Iceland recently, and we met this guy who's approaching us, and we were thinking like, what the hell is there a Taliban guy here in Iceland? As usual, we try to get the full picture, and it started looking like this, and we realized that he's just part of the Santa Claus gang. And they had come to Iceland because they heard we were there. They are just from the North Pole, and they're pretty close around. And they gave us a report. It's the Christmas 2010 forecast, and the report is the People Performance Matrix. And this is the forecast that is being, it's classified as secret, Xmas confidential, and only for North Pole distribution. So it contains a list of people that it's embargoed until next, also that is important, it's embargoed until December 27th in 2010, so the next year here at this Congress. And what it says is that your Xmas reward is at stake for next year because too many people are not living up to their abilities. So these people were really, really concerned about this, and they said that so many people have all this potential and they're not using it, and they're not doing enough to fight what is happening from people that are trying to take away our liberties. So that they wanted to leak this report. So we negotiated a little bit, and we found a solution, which is that you guys in this audience here, everyone who's here is kind of lucky because you can get off the list. So in 2010 we will disclose a list of around 800 numbers that have not fulfilled their, or have not performed. Everyone who has a piece of paper has a unique number on this piece of paper. We started a while ago, we started to give out tokens in form of a hashtag to people that are supporting us. So whoever will be doing something very useful within the year 2010 can receive such a token and trade in the token with his number to get off the list. Everyone in this room has a piece of paper, and you have a decision if you either throw it away and just don't care, or if you take it home and think about it for the next 12 months and just do something useful. Create a new Tor node and become part of the top 50 Tor list, and you'll get a token. Do something else that's really useful. Support the Förbund, do something very creative with the Chaos Communication Congress here or whatever. Do something that supports the community, and you will be rewarded by getting off this list. For people that are doing something really useful, we will be thinking about a special reward as well that we will be giving out. So that is maybe how we'd like to, it's another try how we try, or another angle that we try to take to involve every one of you, to not just stand by idly and watch, but just become active and do something that is according to what you can actually do and according to